Let's stay with the VBS Mutual Bank story, and joining us now is eNCA's Aviwe Mtila, who's at the KPMG headquarters. The firm's former auditor is implicated in the looting of this bank, and I'm going to assume, Aviwe, that there is still no official word from KPMG.
Well, besides the statement that was released last week saying that they have exited the two officials and partners that were involved since the story emerged in March, there's been no word yet again. It seems that as the fallout of the VBS saga continues, the silence from KPMG is becoming louder with each passing day. If you understand correctly, that they were the auditors of VBS at the time that these lootings happened, according to that damning report that we heard into the looting of VBS Bank. It implicates Sipho Malaba, who was then one of the senior partners at KPMG, and he did, of course, according to that report, he did finalize and give authority to financial statements that the South African Reserve Bank relies on in terms of being a watchdog to the banks. So we've been trying to get word from not just only KPMG, but the other regulatory bodies of the auditing industry, such as SAICA and IRBA, but we've been promised one-on-one sit-down at 10 o'clock on Wednesday with Fanisa Lamula from the South African Institute of Chartered Accountants. If you understand over there, they say they released a statement also last week saying that they will be holding disciplinary hearings for 8 of the chartered accountants that are implicated within this whole VBS saga that is unfolding. And also, we're also trying to pin down an interview with the CEO of IRBA at this very moment, and the communication there is still ongoing. But we'll be, of course, bringing you all of that as it unfolds and happens.
Malaba, of course, Aviwe, is not happy with the turn of events, not happy with the report. Where we spoke to his attorney on Friday, he was considering challenging this report. He wants it nullified.
Yeah, of course, we've heard that Sipho Malaba, the former KPMG partner, is wanting to challenge this report. He did say that it is fatally flawed, the report itself. So it will be interesting to hear what his version of the story will be. Because if you remember correctly, he's been implicated in the report, saying that he did authorize unqualified audit reports, even though he knew the financial statements of VBS, and he did actually just falsify the financial statements that were going out to the South African Reserve Bank, which are in fact the watchdogs. He did pocket almost 34 million, according to the allegations from the report over there, and he did also receive VBS other interests like VBS loans into houses and cars, which he hardly repaid. That is according to the report. So it will be interesting to hear from himself what he has to say in court.
And just finally, another embarrassment for the global audit and advisory firm KPMG. This is not the first time in recent years they've been embroiled in a scandal.
Of course, it is not the first time. They were also implicated within the so-called SARS rogue unit. The report that came from them, which was eventually discredited, the report in itself. I did speak last week to Professor Yanni Riso, who did say, though, that this is not the beginning of the end for KPMG. Yes, maybe in South Africa they won't have that much presence, especially in the Johannesburg offices, but it did indicate that it is a global company. Of course, it is in one of the top 4 global auditing companies in the world. So clients, international clients, will still rely on them in South Africa for auditing. But other than that, the professor did allude that business won't be the same in South Africa.
Well, we look forward to information, to a statement from KPMG.